What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Wednesday, May 26th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. It's the only place you're going to be able to find my updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. And finally, let me know in the comment section who is your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. We are rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Jonas Valanciunas, Seth Curry, Bradley Beal, Royce O'Neal, and TRAE Young on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites, my top 5 plays for today? It is time to find out. First up at number 5, we're going to small forward, power forward eligible Tobias Harris. He is 70, not 70, he is 7K. That's not 70K. That would have been a really expensive Tobias Harris. Projected for 38, the goal's 45. He's in the optimal lineup 34% of the time. I've got Harris in for 36 minutes, just north of a fantasy point per minute. 23% usage, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 stocks. The big benefit you're getting here is the fact that he gets to face the Washington Wizards, and they gain 5.6 possessions over their average. That is massive. We're talking an extra 2+ fantasy points just from the matchup. And it's not like you're worried about the Wizards' defense all that much either. Love getting to Harris. Love the dual eligibility. Very helpful in this spot. Really like the Sixers today, and you'll see that a little bit more in the future. And at number 4, we're going to a former 76er. That would be center NERLENS NOEL. He is 4K, projected for 22. The goal's 33. He's in the optimal lineup 37% of the time. Now, Noel, questionable right now. We don't know his true status. His minutes are wildly up in the air. He could play 20, he could play 30, and I wouldn't be surprised with any of those outcomes. I've got him in for 27 right now. Basically 0.85 fantasy points per minute. Way lower than his normal rates here in this playoff setting. 10% usage. That's ultra low. 6 points, 6 boards. But here's the kicker. This is why you're going to someone like NERLENS NOEL. 3.3 stocks on average in those 27 minutes. If that breaks high, you have the opportunity for a really nice value game out of Noel. It's a slight pace down spot against Atlanta, but that's not really changing anything for me. You need to find value on a day like today, and a 4K NERLENS NOEL fits that bill for me. Back to Philly we go. Small forward eligible Danny Green is the number 3 contender. He's 4K, projected for 22. The goal's 33. He's in the optimal lineup 37% of the time. I've got him playing 30 minutes, about 0.75 fantasy points per minute. Not a lot of usage here. We're talking 10 points, 3.5 boards, 2 assists, 2 stocks, but he gets that same benefit that Tobias Harris gets, the massive pace up spot. Getting all of those extra possessions are massive in a playoff scenario. I see no way to avoid someone like Danny Green. You see Royce O'Neal on here. He's an analog to Danny Green in this way as well. Low fantasy point per minute guys playing 30+ minutes if possible at 4K or sub 4K price tags. You got to find somewhere to pay down if you want to pay up elsewhere. Danny Green seems like the perfect opportunity to do so because of this Wizards matchup. And then we're going back to New York. Number 2, Derrick Rose, point guard, shooting guard eligible, 5,900, projected for 31. The goal is 41, and he's in the optimal lineup 38% of the time. Now, this one can go a couple different directions. I think that it's possible that we don't see Elfrid Payton starting for the Knicks today. Now, whether that means that Quickly moves to the starting lineup or Rose does, I'm not entirely sure. We saw Rose play a ton of minutes off the bench last time. That just sort of limits his minute ceiling if he's coming off the bench. It just creates a scenario where he has to continue to play, and the game script could change that up a little bit. So I've got him in for 32 minutes, and that's still enough for me to get him in the number 2 spot. Around a fantasy point per minute, 25% usage, so you know he's looking for his own shot. 17 points, 5 assists, 3 boards, a steal. It's not the best spot against Atlanta, but to me, it doesn't really matter. I do think there's minutes upside here, but keep your eyes peeled to the starting lineups because I don't think it would be crazy if Derrick Rose moved into the starting lineup for today. And if he does, give him a couple extra minutes. He's probably playing 36 and might just be the number 1 contender in that scenario. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Then head to Twitter and follow me at Josh Engleman. Only place you're going to find the updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. Finally, comment section underneath the video. Want your favorite contender, your least favorite contender, and the guy that you think should be on this list that you do not see. Oh boy, this one's going to be satisfying. Number 1 contender is Ben Simmons. I can't even slow it down a little bit. Point guard eligible, 7,300, projected for 40. The goal's 46. He's in the optimal lineup 41% of the time. Ben Simmons has been pretty good over the past 30 days. 1.14 fantasy points per minute, and that's exactly where I have him here. 36 minutes, 19% usage, 16 points, 7.5 assists, and 7 rebounds. This feels like a really nice spot. Plus, 2.5 stocks in a monster pace up spot for Simmons. I like every bit of this. I think he gets out and runs in transition quite a bit. And the fact that he's only 7,300, like I like that. When he's aggressive, if he gets there in points, like if you see Ben Simmons get to 14, 16, 18 points, he's probably going to have a monster game because the rebounds and assists are going to be there. And I assume the defensive stats come along for the ride. So for right now, and this makes my heart feel so good, Ben Simmons is the number 1 contender on DraftKings for today. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Wednesday, May 26th. Process show is in the books. Go watch that. FanDuel version of this video is already out as well. Strategy show 10 a.m. with Lofty, and then I'm back tonight live before lock from 6 to 7 with Greg Ehrenberg. You do not want to miss it. Good luck tonight, everybody. I will be back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.